Hi. I hate recording with people. Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast. Yay! It's your beautiful host Mimi as always. And today we have a somewhat fine guest. He's just there, But before we introduce him, this is from the series This or That. So today's topic is podcast or YouTube or podcast or YouTube or podcast. And our guest for today is dun 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 Sammy.
Hello guys, welcome to Mimi's podcast.
Yay.
I think this is also the first time someone is featuring me on their
Interview.
podcast.
That's it. Okay, for the record, I was just a guest on his own podcast.
So you guys should go listen to it.
Yes, watch out for that episode.
What's the name of my podcast again? Okay, Just Simply Sammy is on
Just
Spotify.
and Simply, no be the same thing.
Just and Simply. No, but I think it's just simply me. Do you get that was what the inspiration was for me? Like the podcast is just about it's just Sammy, it's just me.
You could have honestly just named it Sammy.
I swear, but I just wanted to add something like just simply Sammy, please.
Okay, so check out his podcast on Spotify, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's also on IG, Sammy of the Good Life.
Sammy of the Good Life.
Yeah.
Okay,
big. So I originally.
What is it? Like affirmation?
They say that there's power in the tongue.
Yes,
say
Sammy of the Good Life.
I mean,
why people tell me say they God?
Say normally, I feel like there are people that no matter what you want to do, nobody will believe you're broke.
Okay. How?
It's unfortunate, but we are those kinds of people. Nobody, except your parents, nobody will believe that you're broke.
Even your parents, my parents do the same. Me, and they save money. They save me.
Normally they know I'm broke because now your money are they chop. I know they save them. Are they chop them?
Let's leave my money problem aside and focus on TikTok.
Okay. So I originally wanted to do.
Me, I no get money.
Don't worry, I'll drop his account number in the description.
That to do GoFundMe.
Yes.
Continue, my dear.
Okay, so I originally wanted to do this episode with my sister, but
second option.
No. Yes, you are second option. Anyways.
Second option.
But the reason is that she only does YouTube. She doesn't know much about the podcast thing. And I was like, okay, let me do it with somebody that does both. So tell us about your YouTube.
Talking about that, you guys should go check me out on YouTube. What's my name on YouTube again?
I don't remember because you've chosen not to post for the past 5 years.
Jesus. Simply Sammy, on YouTube, just Simply Sammy. Then podcast was just Simply Sammy. Why YouTube is Simply Sammy. Podcast just Simply Sammy. So you guys should talk about what?
Okay. No, I just wanted to tell us the name of your YouTube.
Okay, Simply Sammy on YouTube. Yeah.
Normally, you guys know that I ask questions. That's how we do this thing, I enjoy asking questions. So, question number 1, which do you prefer to create content on, YouTube or podcast, and why?
I think it will be YouTube.
You prefer to create content on YouTube?
On YouTube. Because with YouTube, I used to do vlogs. And then I feel like I'm more comfortable on camera. I don't know. That's weird. But like with YouTube, I do vlogs. I carry my phone. And I feel like my life is interesting. I have an interesting life.
It's not that interesting, but okay.
Thank you.
It's more interesting than mine anyways.
I have an interesting life. I go to places. I meet people. So I can always record. That's enough content for me. But with like podcasts, you have to sit down and think of a topic
that would be interesting enough for people to listen to for hours.
Yes, and even you have the conversation with somebody for the thing to be. So podcast is a lot of work. You have to think use your brain strategy. YouTube has work, but in terms of getting content,
most of the work on YouTube I feel is editing.
Just editing. That's the work. So YouTube.
Okay, which do you prefer really? Please ignore background noise. I apologize.
She doesn't stay in a quiet environment. My God was not on my own. But you guys should know that we are
trying our best. We're trying our best.
We can't.
We have to have neighbors.
Power over all these things.
I'm sorry.
So yeah.
Okay. Anyway, which do you prefer for your entertainment, like to listen to or watch?
YouTube. Which one?
Okay.
Maybe you like podcasts, I don't know, but which one?
Well,
I prefer YouTube because You get to see.
I'm not gonna lie. Can I answer the question?
Yeah, answer.
To be very honest, TBVH. YouTube. I'm sorry. You're like, okay. But then again, on YouTube, I watch video podcasts.
Yeah.
But I still prefer to watch vlogs. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, YouTube is
I feel like Nigerian podcasting space is not very diversified. Everybody's just talking about the same things. If they're not talking celebrities, they're talking relationship. If they're not talking relationship, they're talking self-help. Like, we need new content,
why I feel like,
you know?
We are that new
content, right?
Branch or whatever. Because I feel like my podcast, I talk about people say your podcast sounds depressing sometimes. some people don't know everybody.
We have very personalized content.
That's what.
But
that's
regular
exactly
podcast content is not that personalized.
They don't always personalize it.
And then when you go outside the Nigerian podcasting space, it's not giving. I feel like it's not relatable to us because we are not there with them. You get. Yeah.
That's how it is.
Okay, so why did you start YouTube?
Why did I start YouTube?
You thought they would pay you sharp?
No, it's not because of that. I started YouTube because I always liked YouTube and I wanted to have my own channel. My own channel, because I feel like I used to do some kind of interesting things that people definitely want to watch. Yeah, so I was like, let me start doing vlogs.
So currently, how many subscribers do you have on YouTube? Last time you checked.
Let me check now. No, I don't even have YouTube on my phone, do you know?
Oh.
That's how I've left YouTube. Well, I'll come back, Sha. But I think I had like close to 200 or 200 or something for like maybe just 201.
Okay. And on your podcast, what's the highest listening you've got?
Today is the shows on that thing. But I think I've had one.
I'm going to say that Sammy is not a very devoted podcaster.
Yes.
He just makes the episode and puts it out there. He could care less what happens to it.
Exactly. I'm actually.
You had up to 100 on one episode or all together?
I think it's all together 100 and something. No.
Okay.
I've not. This to show us each. This to show us. Okay, I think guys have had is I think 70 something or is it 70? Let me check. That one I can check because that one is here. I don't know. Let me not go on.
Just check the episodes you've published. It's there.
Overview. We're checking, guys.
Overview, the highest, your current number is 106.
See that? 62.
62. Okay.
That's the highest I've had.
Well, I'm not jealous or anything.
You've not had up to that, man?
Nope. I don't know people. Anyway.
Oh my God, I feel like it was small, 60. Yes, so I've had 62 listings on one podcast. People actually enjoy my podcast too. I think that's why I do it, Seth. The feedback I get.
Anywho, why did you start a podcast?
First, I was bored. It was in holiday period. I was bored and I was like, okay, I'm not doing, because I always liked podcasts too. I wanted to start podcast with the same time I started YouTube, but so let me focus on YouTube. I was like, okay, I'm not doing YouTube for now because I don't have enough equipment to pursue this YouTube life. So let me do something that I can just use my phone and I would record with my phone and I'll post with my phone. At least I don't have to video, because that's why I stopped YouTube. I don't have enough space. I don't have camera, so I use my phone. I don't have enough to be recording, and one video will take 2 gig. That's just 10 minutes. So I was like, yeah, so let me just, so that's why I entered into podcast too.
Okay, by the way, I was also an inspiration for him to come back into the podcast space.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, because it was the first, I think it was the first episode you dropped.
Yeah.
And that's when it reminded me, I was like, yeah, it's true, I was going to do podcast.
Like I said,
that
podcast,
the first one was nice. I was like, that first one was nice. And then I can do this too now. I have this motive, this passion. I have it too. Because I've been on radio. I had a show on radio. Let me come, because I've missed that. I've actually missed being on the mic. I'm talking. And it's like, let me come back and do this and see how it should be like. And I dropped.
Okay. What was it like starting out? What was the story behind actually posting your first content on YouTube? We will do your first content on YouTube and your first content on podcasts.
Let's see my first.
What was the story? Like, how, like when you were editing and posting, were you having like second thoughts and all of that? What made you come up with that content in the first place to post it, all of that?
My first content basically was...
Which one are you doing now? YouTube?
On YouTube. My first content on YouTube was an introduction of what the channel and who is starting the YouTube, who
So
I was
basically
about.
you sitting down.
Yeah,
talking.
I was not even sitting, I was standing and I was talking about myself and things I liked and the kind of personality I had and what the channel was going to be about. That was what it was about.
Okay. So when you were editing and posting, were you having second thoughts like, maybe I shouldn't post this?
No, I was actually suffering because so I had like I had like this iPhone 6. It was iPhone. That's like this life. I believe in that. You just use anything and start on anything. I started with an iPhone 6 to do my videos. But if you watch, you'll never know. I started with an iPhone 6 to do my videos.
He's not hyping himself or anything.
I was recording with that, but then I was using my Android to edit. And my Android, the app I was using, the RAM of my phone could not carry the app. So I'll be editing it will go out, like it will just remove.
Wow.
And I'll go back and start again.
So when all of that was happening, you weren't having second thoughts on maybe I shouldn't even be doing this thing.
You see why I said let me take a break? Because I've seen that I'm not like I don't have a laptop or something to help me
enough
edit
space.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was struggling every time. There was one time I literally cried. I broke down. Like that day I've done this thing. Like one particular thing I want to do, it will just keep going out and I will start back over like 10 times to go. I said it don't do. I don't fit again. So I cried that day. Before I finally did anything worked and I posted. After that, I think that was the last episode. I was like, oh more, this is not easy. Let me just wait to have enough equipment to start. And I'll be able to moving freely and then you've started YouTube channel and then the followers and everything will come after that. So
okay, then what was the story behind your first content on your podcast?
I first on my podcast, I went through something in school before we had closed, and I feel like I had not said my mind enough on that particular situation and how I felt during that time. So when I heard you do your podcast, and I was like, okay, I should go into this podcast, and I think my first episode should be about that particular thing I went through. Let people get really how I felt and all that. So I just sat down. No, it wasn't even at my house. I went to my friend's house. My house was too noisy. Not noisy, Shabo. I was scared that I'll be doing the podcast. My mom would just come in. So I told them also go out. I went to my friend's place and I just went to their room. And as I sat and I spoke about it, and that was it. And I edited it that same day.
So you didn't have any second thoughts when you were?
No, I didn't have any second thought. I was like, yeah, let me present the fact. I was ready. Let people hear because I meant. You know about this. It was about that. You heard it now, so I wanted people to hear. So I was like, So that's how I did it and posted it.
Okay,
and the message actually, funny enough, the one of the people in the matter, I didn't even really. In fact, the main person, I did not even think about them when I was doing the thing that they will listen to it. I just wanted people around me that knew about it to know. But then the person actually, I didn't even have the person. The person heard and came to me and wrote this long apology.
Wow.
Yeah, he actually
nice.
did. I was like, wow, that's what I had him. I was like, yes, I have to do this. I was meant to do this.
Justice for Sammy.
I was meant to do this. That's like, yeah.
Okay, so really nice. In my own experience, I hate my first episode. I still do because the audio was trash. There are parts where it's high, parts where it's low, parts where it's high, parts where it's low. But then I took 1 year to convince myself that I want to do this thing. And then I was like, podcast. You know what? Just post it. Because once you start, you will start. You get. That's why I posted it, but I don't like it.
So you always wanted to do podcast too? Since the first time I knew you? From that time? No.
I think the interest came in like late 2021. Yeah. Let's say from like September 2021 when I started thinking about it. And then I finally started in December of 2022. Yeah. And in April this year, I was having second thoughts. I was like, maybe I should just,
So challenges plenty.
I just tired. Okay, so I didn't like my first episode. And God, thinking about content. I feel like when I'm at home, the inspiration is just flowing because I'm not doing anything. But when I'm in school and I have so many things that are in my mind, I don't really come up with new episodes like that. But it is what it is. Okay. Did you have any setbacks or fears when you were posting anyone, both YouTube or podcast? Podcast,
I had fears because
you were exposing.
Not exposing, no. I feel like I used to talk too fast. So I was like, will people really enjoy me talking? And me, when I'm like speaking, I feel like I don't know what it is. Somebody told me what the thing was, but sometimes I would stammer. Sometimes I'll forget the words to use and I'll just say one random thing. Sometimes it's not even the main thing. I will just mix English. So I was like, and I heard all those kind of things inside when I listened to it after that. I was like, oh, Sammy, not I went to that feed, but the feedbacks I had, I was like,
it was okay.
Yeah, let me know reason it.
Well, me, I had fears. So I was like, will people actually listen to this thing? Will I be able to be consistent? All those things. But I feel like as you go on, you get less. Oh, and I also hate listening to my voice. So I was thinking, how am I even going to edit a podcast if I hate listening to myself? But I think I'm getting more comfortable with it now.
And don't get me wrong, it's not I'm bragging. What people say, but like because of the YouTube thing I had, people had been asking me, Sammy, Afana, your YouTube, when you've not dropped any video, when last? So when I say, this podcast, if I start, I know they will definitely come and listen because people naturally like to listen.
The content.
Yes, so I was like, so the listeners, I'll have it. But it's not been easy. I feel like the first time was because now it has been long. I posted something, I posted to everybody. But after that time, I have to be. It feels like you have to be begging people to come back and listen.
Yes.
But then I still.
My first episode is still my most listened to episode now, and I don't even like it though.
And it was not close. It was not close to my first.
Says who? It was 50 something. Not be 62. You see there. Rubbish. Anyway, but like it was the most listened to, and it still marvels me because I feel like that's the worst episode I have. But because it was the first one and the momentum was there, everybody wanted to hear, what does she have to say? But now, they post link every day.
My dear, like just go and listen to our work. Help us. Please just go and listen. Just
motivate us.
You know that I tell people
listen to it like you listen to music.
One thing I tell people at home. That's why I made my podcast that way. Sort of like soft with the background noise, because when I listen to podcast, I want it to be able to make me calm and even want to sleep, like just relax me. So they're using beats that were calming, and then people actually tell me, "Oh, your podcast is really nice to listen to. It's calm. Your voice is calm." So I tell people, listen to it in the moment you wake up in the morning, you want to do your housework, you're bored.
I feel like
put
just
your
listen to it like you would listen to music. Just listen. You don't even need to be observing each and every word I'm saying. Let's just be playing in the background.
Be doing something and you actually enjoy it.
Okay. Do you regret it so far?
No.
Starting any of them?
Nope. I don't think I do. I don't regret them.
Okay, I don't regret it either. How is it going so far? Do you have any struggles?
Obviously, I've started them with the YouTube. If you see YouTube now, I'm on a break.
Okay.
I've not got. When last did I post on YouTube? That was February or March last year. I think so. Because I started my YouTube last year, and I think either February or March. I think it will be March. That's when I posted my last. So basically,
it's not going. The question is, how is it going so far? It's not going.
It's not going. It's not going anywhere. It's not going.
It's on pause.
The wahala on that YouTube was
how
too much.
How's content creation on podcast space going?
It's going fine, but honestly, I battle with getting content.
I don't.
That's where I find my own wahala now, to sit down and say, okay, what am I talking about today? What am I talking about tomorrow? All those kind of things. Yeah. So that's my only wahala.
Which do you think is easier to create content on?
I thought you've asked me this before. The first question.
No, the first question is, which do you prefer creating content on? This one is, which one do you think is easier to create content on?
Podcast, obviously, because I just have to turn on the record button and talk and edit it. Simple.
The only difficult thing with podcasting is coming up with content.
That's the only difficult thing.
Okay, what do you think about video podcasts? Do you think that it's just low budget YouTube and like it's taking away from the whole podcasting? Because podcasts are meant to be listened to, not really watched. So what do you think about video podcasts?
Like you said, I think it's actually taking away people from listening to the audio instead of because
they want to see it on YouTube.
They want to watch YouTube. They want to see it on. I don't know, but I think doing it like that too actually helps. It will help your podcast.
Well, for people like us that don't have such equipment,
so we're doing that.
Us. Because now nobody really wants to sit down and be listening to you talking. They want to be seeing you talking, that same thing that they would just listen to
you talking.
Okay, what do you think about Okay. There's this whole thing where it seems that everybody's starting video podcasts, to be precise. Like everybody now owns a podcast of some sort. So what do you think
They
about
do.
what I would like to call the podcast outburst? Like, it's a thing now.
So unnecessary. Because like
Not everybody needs to own a podcast.
some of them that come to own this podcast and you be like, what are you coming to if you talk
What
about
do
it? And
you
they come
have to
and they talk
say?
about the same thing and then they give stupid points and then they bring this because everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to go viral. They will now bring one kind of person that will cause controversy
Yes.
to the podcast and talk
Or
about
They
something.
would even purposely say things that they know would cause controversy just so that it trends.
Just do something that would
Something
actually help
original.
or educate people. That's
Don't even educate me. Entertain me.
Like-
Don't annoy me. Most of them are just annoying. And my sister always says that Nigerian podcasters are always screaming, that she's never able to understand
Do you
what's
know
going
that
on.
before I started this podcast, when we started this podcast, when I used to listen to podcasts, I feel like the ones I always used to listen to, I always listen to the ones that would help me in some kind of situations I would be in. Like, oh, this is how they dealt with it. This was what they went
Like
through.
to
So,
hear their
case,
stories.
let me hear people's story. That's why I said them. So when I'm talking, I talk about things
People
that
can
people
also
can
hear your
relate to,
story,
and
yeah.
also. But I don't know why you come and you want to talk about something that will make people want to argue. Why do you want people to?
Even if you want people to argue, I just feel like they should come up with fresh content. You cannot be coming to the podcast space every day with relationship this, relationship that. If it's not relationship, it's politics.
Who
if
should
it's
pay
not
for the-
politics,
who
it's
should pay for
celebrity
dinner?
debate. Like, are we not tired of talking about all these things?
But I got to Debbie Oscar. Come to think of it, who should pay?
But come to think of it, though. But like, we are sick of
Okay.
hearing that.
Yes, we're actually sick. Oh, I'm
So,
tired.
in our opinion, not everybody should own a podcast,
Podcast.
especially video podcasts. I mean, it's difficult enough hearing you talk about the same thing we have been hearing about. Now, you still want us to use our data and watch you talk about it.
And then, if you want to you want to start video podcast, at least let the place be fine somehow. Because there's one person on
Who are you
Doing.
shading?
Have you seen Doing's podcast?
No.
Doing from She Went to Big Brother.
Yeah, I know.
The place is.
I didn't even know she had a podcast.
She just started. The place is tight. Like, it doesn't. There's no space. And maybe just in one side of the wall in the house, they just put chair and then
a
put
microphone.
the background of the one. I don't know if it's white wrapper. They just tight.
Do you know
It's
what I
looking
feel?
somehow.
I feel like they don't really have the passion for this thing, but because it's trending now, everybody wants to be in that space. If you also look at YouTube in like 2019, 2018, everybody became a YouTuber. And most of those channels are not even posting anything now because it's not something
They are
they
shading
really.
me.
No, your
Okay.
own. You have a reason. For,
I have
I'm
a
saying
passion.
there are some people that literally just stopped, not
Yeah.
because they don't have the equipment or they don't have the means to do it, but the
Yes.
passion was never
Okay.
there. They just want to be in that space because that's
Or
what is
if
happening.
if you're coming to do podcast, at least safe. Let it be that somebody is sponsoring you. That's right. Like Ttyl. I think Durex is one sponsoring one of our
Yes.
podcasts that she's doing.
Yes, even T with T.
See, would say
Close up was
yes. At least you can't come and be doing nonsense when you're
But
not.
it's not
even
that easy
busy.
to get a sponsor now.
At least be that good, so you can get sponsors.
Well, me, I'm not shading anybody because I don't know if I'm that good to get sponsors.
Let us drag them. They're not too good.
Okay. Do you think that people in the game make it difficult for upcoming content creators because they've created this world of aesthetics and whatnot, and they make it hard for people that are broke like us and do not have aesthetics
They obviously
or
make
find it difficult to
hard.
create aesthetics to make content?
They obviously make it hard.
Because now everybody just wants to see. In fact, what you're talking about may not even be nice, but as far as the ambience sounds aesthetic, the
Yes.
look is aesthetic, you're good.
That's what I'm saying now. That's I was talking about her doing this thing. I don't know where she went to go and look
But
at
she
her.
might actually be saying things that are good.
All the two things I've heard her say is the same thing she took from
Other
Nedu's
people's,
podcast about who should be paying for data, who should not be paying. But anyways, they obviously make it hard because
For upcoming content
firstly,
creators.
their names they already made. You already made and you're already an actor. Why are you not going to do podcasts?
Yeah, but there are other people that are like us that started a while ago and now they're like major
Known.
in the podcast space. So do you think those people now make it difficult for us that are upcoming? Because everybody just wants to listen to them. Nobody really wants to listen to.
That's why I don't really feel like they make it hard. In a way, for me, they even like teach me on
What to
how
do.
to do it. I watch them. If I really like it, I watch and you have your friends. Your friends and your family are your audience. If you start from them and then you go into social media, if you are that good, there's nobody that can stop you.
Work, yeah.
They will still listen to it. New somebody. I mean, see artists every day. New artists coming every day because they are good, and then the other person there, but you still.
But
go
this
far.
whole world of aesthetics, people should calm down, please.
Me, why I feel
Not
like it's difficult, where they make it difficult is when it comes to influencing all these influencers.
I feel like they make it more difficult in YouTube. Because when you're watching YouTube,
That's
you want a particular look. You want a particular
They have
lifestyle.
the money to travel to and do a trip to London, a trip to Dubai, South Africa.
Maldives.
People go and watch. A trip to is it Bayelsa? What to see me go?
When it's now flooded, you know. What's now with the caption?
You know, there are so many times I wanted to do going back, but like even
boss.
Even the house, I don't be there as if the house, what kind of house we say you go just.
That's what I'm saying about aesthetic. The whole aesthetic thing makes it difficult to create content because everybody watching now wants to see that white background with brown or black or ash. Like you push also realize that
they want to see you making
doing your nails, doing your hair,
cooking
making Alfredo pasta.
Yes, like that's all those pastas. Yeah. Calm down.
But people should realize that that's not everybody's everyday reality. Do you get like? The whole aesthetic thing annoys me sometimes. Sometimes, as beautiful as it is, they should be coming down. Okay. Would you eventually transition to a video podcast?
If I get shots back with YouTube, I might not. I might just really want to focus on YouTube. And YouTube was my vlogs. Because even on YouTube, that was not a podcast, but I used to normally talk about things.
A sit-down
video on my YouTube. I used to do sit-down videos. I've also done like different sit-down videos. I had things I wrote down on my notepad before you call me millennial. I had all those things I wrote down on my notepad I was going to do and sit down with several persons and do that, but I wasn't able to do that anymore. So I can still do that, but then focus on the podcast. I don't think I want to mix the two.
Well,
I'm not sure.
I'm not interested in YouTubing, so I think I would eventually transition into a video podcast. But then again,
you post it on YouTube now.
But like, I'm not interested in creating YouTube content. Yeah. Okay. But then again, never say never, you know. I feel like my plugs will make very good vlogs sometimes. And I feel like people will be more interested if they could actually see what I'm doing.
Can they do vlogs for podcasts on video?
It would just be a vlog. Yeah.
What do you want to show?
Excuse you.
Okay, I can't wait to see.
Please
venture into it.
No, because of this particular reason, I'll stick to podcasting. Rubbish. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy creating content on both? So rate YouTube first, then you can rate podcasting.
YouTube, I would say.
How much do you enjoy creating content? 1 to 10.
YouTube would be an 8.
Okay.
YouTube would be an 8, and I think podcast would be an 8.
So they're equal.
Okay. I love my babies.
But I can't rate anyone because I do only one. So how much do I enjoy creating content
on podcast?
On podcasting, I will give it a 7 or a 6 because I'm lazy. So
I just enjoy the fact like that we can sit down and just on record and you're just talking. Yeah. That's why I enjoy it too.
I feel like I enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the comfort. And then I also like when I've edited it and put the music and it comes out so nice.
That's why I think about everything. That's why before I rate it. So I'm just thinking.
So I will give it an 8 too. It's just 8, there. Yeah. The remaining 2 is because you people don't want to listen. And people are making it difficult.
The that laziness to go and edit.
Yeah.
Because we always have to edit it. If not, it's a 10 because you don't have too much work. Podcast. You're a 10 out of 10.
And I also like thinking about the ideas. Like if you check my notes, not paper, notes.
Because you say I will check and take some.
You're mad. Anyway, if you check my notes, I have a lot of content that I want to record. There are some that I even remove because I'm like, no, I'm not ever going to talk about this. No, I'm not going. I enjoy thinking about it.
That's people that go to thief people's content from their podcast. You can't steal someone's content if it's not really about you. If you can't relate to it. I don't know if I want to
drag this person on here because they probably listen to this.
If you can't relate to it, if it's not you.
But
you can't see someone's idea and say, let me bring on my podcast. If it's not you, to not be.
We've come to the end of this very interesting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. We would have more guests on this series, so stay tuned. It's still your beautiful host, Mimi, and the awkward guest,
Sammy. And guys, please don't forget to go check out my podcast. It's called Just Simply Sammy on
If you
Spotify.
promote yourself one more time, you pay promotion
And then
fee.
you all that you promote yourself, promote Instagram.
I was the star of the show. I mean, the whole episode was... You created it because of me.
Yeah, so you heard that. So when that episode drops...
No, you should pay me
when
for creating a whole episode about
better
me.
share it to them so they can go and listen and hear you talk. And also, guys, like, you can go check me out on YouTube because I posted videos. I posted like 5 or 6 videos.
Subscribe.
Yeah, go and watch. Check out my YouTube. It was actually really great. Or it's actually really great. Simply Sammy on YouTube. I posted very, very nice vlogs that will keep you binge watching.
The promotion fee they increase.
Binge watching. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I love you guys.
Okay, so don't forget to share, like, subscribe, follow, do anything that you can do on whatever platform that you're listening
Support
on.
Support us. Try. We are trying. It's not easy. You sit down here like this, you people are at home. I don't know what you're doing, but this is our own work. This is our own work. This is our survive. So just help us, guys. If you guys support us, to show that we're doing something, then we do
would
more.
feel motivation
to do more.
Yeah.
You guys are not motivating us enough. I beg now.
Okay, love you guys. Love and light. Bye.